This conference will now be recorded.
So we have discussed up to Incoterms in the last session in the billing tab. This is Incoterms, right? So the next is payment terms or terms of payment. So what is terms of payment? Terms of payment is like a credit period which we give to the customer. So it's a regular business, B2B business, right? So whatever we were discussing in the SAP SD or the SAP, when I say customer in SAP, it is always a business. It's not an individual customer. So SAP SD or SAP handles B2B business. The core ERP suite handles only B2B. There is no end customer here like you or me. A retail end customer is not available here, right? So that the individual customers are taken care by some retail modules like say C4C. We have CRM, customer service CS. So these are the modules which take care about the end customers. But in the SAP, if I say in SD module, if I say customer, that is always a B2B big customer. So your customer is also a big business or a company, right? So terms of payment. So it's a continuous business. Let's take Maruti as a automobile manufacturing company. And how do they sell their goods? Through dealers, right? Dealer is also a business. So it's a continuous process, right? It's a continuous business. Like Maruti will manufacture the car, send to the dealer, and dealer will send to the end customers. So this business between the Maruti and its customer dealer is a continuous business. So in a business, it's not possible to have a cash business all the time, right? So we give credit to the customers. So how do you give credit? On some terms, telling him that you should pay on this day, you should not be default. If you default, you need to pay interest. Same like the credit card. So banks offer you credit cards, and what they do, they give 50 days time for you to pay. If you don't pay within 50 days, they charge late payment fees or interest, lots of things, right? The same way, we also give some credit to the customer. How do we do that? With terms of payment. That means when you should pay for the invoice. So the due net time is 45 days. Okay, due net time is 45 days. But we encourage customers to pay well in advance so that company need cash, right? Because companies also, businesses also run on loans. So then they should pay the interest to the banks. So to avoid that, if they have cash, they don't need to take the loan, right? So we encourage customers to pay in advance. Let's say you pay in 30 days, you get a 2% discount on the bill. You pay within 14 days, you get 3% discount on the bill. But you have a free period to pay up to 45 days. Up to 45 days, we don't charge anything. Customer can pay anytime up to 45 days. If you don't pay out within 45 days, then there might be next course of action, maybe interest or late payment fee, anything it can be, right? So this is terms of payment. Terms of payment is nothing but credit period. Okay, whatever the credit time you offer to the customer. This discount, whatever you are seeing here, so we already sent an invoice to the customer, right? We already sent an invoice to the customer and we are given 45 days for him to pay. And I already mentioned you that when there is a price will have some attributes, price, discount, surcharge, tax, like this. We already given some discount to the customer and calculated the final price, and we have sent an invoice to customers asking him to pay some X amount. But still you are offering some discount, right? This discount is called as cash discount after tax discount, because we already calculated tax and everything, and final value customer has to pay some X. On that again you are giving some discount, right? So this discount, whatever you are offering here on the terms of payment, it is called as cash discount, and it is called as after tax discount. Okay, so how does this discount come into the sales document? With a condition type called as SKTO. So just remember what is condition type for cash discount, but don't worry what is condition type now. When we come to the pricing, every day we'll discuss it. Okay, SKTO is the cash discount condition type. So how do we configure this cash discount and where do we do that? We do it in the SPRO. So SPRO, IMG, and go to sales and distribution. Under sales and distribution, master data, business partner, customer, and we have billing documents. So anything like Incoterms, payment dates, anything, billing schedule, Incoterms, payment terms, everything you can do under the billing tab. So terms of payment, if you go to the terms of payment, so here you can see different terms of payment. 001, 002, pay within 20 days, you get 4% cash discount. 30 days is the due net, right? So this is how we configure. So you can go to the new entries, and we can give the key of payment terms, and you can mention here what percent of discount and when they have to pay, right? So the most important field out of the screen is baseline date. Very important for your understanding as well as for the interviews. What is baseline date? Baseline date is the date from which you want to calculate the in payment terms. Okay, baseline date is the date from which the payment terms is calculated. That means the credit period is calculated. See, banks offer you the credit card, okay, and it will have some billing date, right? Let's say 5th of every month is billing date. You have done some transaction on 2nd. Will you get 50 days of that credit period? No, right? So your billing will be done on 5th, and you need to pay just within 15 days. You don't get 50 days time. So what is baseline date? From which date you calculate that credit period? So let's say your billing date is on 5th, and if you swipe your credit card on 7th, okay, plus 50 days you will get it. But if you do this transaction on 2nd, you don't get, you hardly you get some 10 or 15 days, right? So baseline date can be invoice creation date, or from the date when you want to calculate the payment, that is credit period. Why? Again, two things, that is invoice creation date separately, and why from which date you want to calculate. Because see, sometimes you create an invoice today, and from that date onwards 45 days is the due net. But in some special cases, what happens is, we discussed about invoicing dates. What is invoicing dates agreement? Anyone? What is invoicing dates agreement? We discussed in the last session invoicing dates.
You told
A
Praveen
particular
that
date,
On
specific day of the month.
right, on what date the invoice has to be sent for the deliveries made in that particular month, right? So let's say you have a fixed date, that particular invoicing date agreement from your customer, saying that on the 25th you need to send the invoice. Okay, on 25th you need to send the invoice. So what system will do? Baseline date, that means invoice creation date, right? So system, let's say 25th is, so plus, that means for a delivery you have done on 2nd, you have to wait up to 25th to raise the invoice. 25th plus 45 days is the due net. That means from 25th onwards, again system will calculate 45 days. Likewise, additional months. Let's say you see this field 2 months. So what system will do? If you raise the invoice today, plus 2 months system will wait, and then from that date system will calculate 45 days. 2 months plus 45 days. Additional months, fixed date, baseline date, right? These are the three important fields in this screen. So this is where we configure that particular payment terms and mention, so that customer will be eligible for that particular payment terms. That means how many days he need to pay and when he has to pay.
Praveen, one question.
Yeah.
In some companies, they also look at the working day and then the calendars, right? In case if the payment date is falling on Sunday, then it has to be shifted on the working day. So how it can be configured here?
So payment day cannot. Okay, you are selling an invoice date or making the for the payment?
Yeah, invoice date, I think so. Yeah, sorry.
Invoicing is invoice date you are telling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we already have that calendar, right? We have configured that factory calendar. So system will take that. In SD, we use calendar for delivery purpose. So the same by FI will use it for some other purpose, the same thing. Okay. Basing on the calendar, system will adjust it automatically. We don't need to mention anything specifically.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll correct my question as well. Like in case
Okay.
when an invoice document has been generated, right, on the hard copy of the invoice, some of the companies they might ask you to put the payment terms, payment date as well, payment due date. So this payment due date will be calculated as the invoice date plus 45 days or plus 2 months, whatever the agreement between the companies. And
Okay.
when if it is falling on a weekend, they would ask this date to be shifted to a weekday.
Okay. Okay. So the if the payment date is on, let's say, holiday, that should be
Hmm.
into the next day, right?
Correct. Correct.
Oh, so I hope we don't have that option. Or let me just check F-26. Do we have something in F-26? Posting date. We have an option here
45
to
days
select the date.
will be, I think the
Yeah, that
45 days will be calculated as per factory calendar.
maybe it should be calculated, or if not, you have the posting date here option you can select.
Yeah,
All right. So this is how we do postings actually for the payments, incoming payments with F-26 transaction. Your FI end users would be doing. So we have an option to select the date here, so that for that we don't have any specific configuration. You faced any scenario like that, Vishnupriya?
Yeah, I've seen it in my previous company where the requirement was to push the date on the
Hmm.
weekday.
Okay. So what was your approach then? So they have gone for some development, or how do they configure?
That's what I'm not sure, like how the
Okay.
functional
Okay.
consultants have done it, whether they have done it through configuration. They
Mm-hmm.
also had the ABAP programs. Maybe they would have done it in the ABAP programs as well when printing the hard
Might
copy.
be. Okay, maybe they have
Maybe
gone for some
generally,
enhancement. Yeah, go ahead.
if it's for like 45 days, it'll just calculate the business days, right? From Monday to
Business
Friday
time.
only, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No,
No, no,
in
no,
in
no,
my
no. For
requirement case,
calculation, it
it's
will
not.
take all the days, not business days.
Hmm,
It is Saturday, Sunday, everything. It will take weeks.
correct.
Credit period is not on
Okay.
business days. It is all days. But let me just look into that, Vishnu. I'll update you back. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Praveen.
Because we have a posting date. So if not today, we can change the date and post it. But if you want that to be triggered automatically, I don't see anything in the standard.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Praveen.
I'll update you back.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, that's terms of payment. And the next is payment guarantee procedure. This has been removed actually. This is not there now in the S/4HANA. They have removed this payment guarantee procedure. So what is this payment guarantee procedure? That is, let's say this customer can be export customer. You have sent the goods. What is the guarantee you will get a payment back, right? So in business, what happens is whenever you're dealing with some customers, you take some bank guarantee or LOCs, right? So if this customer is relevant for that, then only you maintain it here. Okay, it can be letter of credit or bank guarantee or payment card, whatever it is, payment card or letter of guarantee, whatever the means that customer has to furnish. So that you'll be mentioning here, right? This is the payment guarantee, but this has been removed now in the S/4HANA. It's not there, right? So the next is the credit control area. Okay, this we'll just skip this for the moment, and when it comes to the credit management concept, we'll discuss this at that time because there is no purpose of discussing this now. But the next is account assignment group. As of now, just only definition. Let me see. You might be getting revenues from different sources, right? So domestic customers, foreign customers. Again, in the domestic customers, you might be getting revenues from dealers, distributors, institutional. So you want to segregate your revenues and post into different accounts. So how do you do that? By this account assignment group. So this assignment group is one of the parameter which will help us to post the revenues into some GL accounts. In the last session, we discussed about recon account, right? So how do system decides that a reconciliation account? It picks it from the it picks the GL account for customer posting debit values. It takes from the reconciliation account. But if you remember, I told you that system will post the revenue values into some GL accounts, right? So that how it posts through some parameters. So out of that, this is one parameter. Just now, as of now, just only remember the definition. It is one of the parameters to post the revenue values into the GL accounts. But later when it comes to a concept called as revenue account determination, we will discuss this in detail. Then next is tax. So just mentioning here whether the tax customer is taxable or not. He is a full tax, half tax, not liable for tax. So what kind of this, right? So this again, your business will provide it. Basing on that, the configuration will be done, and see, we need to also, your business will tell you what is your customer location, whether he is in a SEZ or EOUs. Basing on that, you need to put the tax. By standard, we have only two options. One is liable for tax and one is no tax, right? So when you say no tax, again, you need to tell why it is no tax, because customer might be in SEZs and EOUs. So what is SEZs? Anyone? What is SEZs and what is EOUs?
CZ is special economic zone. UU, I don't know.
Okay. So EOU is export oriented unit, export oriented units. See, SEZ is a special economic zone. That means government encourage some industries to set up their companies, logistics park, IT park, right? That means all the IT companies will be set up in their companies in this location, because they have provided all the infrastructures whatever the companies would be needing, and they give some tax exemptions, right? So basing on that, you would be configuring. EOUs is the same again, export oriented units. That means whatever the goods manufactured in this plant should be exported. It should not be sold domestic. Why like that? To get the foreign currency into the country. If you take India, we have a current balance, right? We need to pay dollars for lots of imports. So if you want to pay dollars, how the dollars will come into the country? When you do exports, right? So government will encourage companies to set up their plants in these EOUs, and everything should be exported so that dollars will be coming into the country, so you can pay the current balances, right? So this, your business will explain you these all things, and basing on that, you'd be setting what all the tax you need. And the last is partner functions. You don't see documents, okay? Only four partner functions you will see here. Sorry, only four you will see here. You don't see documents, but why you are seeing it? Because of a concept called as output. At that time you learn this, but ignore this as of now. Partner functions, right? So now let us discuss about the PDP, partner determination procedure. If you remember, I told you that if you want to create a customer master, before creating customer master, you should have account groups configured. You should have partner determination procedure configured, but we haven't discussed this. Straight away we have gone to customer master, because to give you some hands-on of the field screens, right? Now let us discuss PDP. What is this partner determination procedure? How these partner functions are coming here? How these numbers are coming here? Why this sold to party is grayed out here, right? So how many sold to parties I can have for a business? Anyone?
99.
One.
Sold to party.
Sold to party 1.
One.
Only one, right? So that's the reason you see here all the partner functions are in editable mode, but sold to party is grayed out. So how it's happening? This was the interview question. Okay, how system knows the sold to party should be only unique, right? So this all comes in the partner determination concept. So how do we configure this partner determination procedure concept? With a transaction code called as VOPAN. VOPAN is the transaction. So let us go to the transaction VOPAN. You can also go through menu path in the sales and distribution, but let's go through VOPAN. And partner functions can be maintained either at the customer master level or sales document level. So whatever we are discussing now, that partner functions at the customer level. So go to the change. So partner determination procedure by default will have 5 steps. Okay, what is the configuration step? Because in the interviews also they ask you this question: can you explain all the 5 steps of partner determination procedure? So you need to tell what is the first step, second step, third step. Suddenly they'll stop. Okay, what is this field in the third step? Can you explain me? Right? So 5 steps are there in the partner determination procedure, but we configure only 4 steps, because the first step is considered as default. You don't need to do anything there, because SAP has given enough, which in a project you may not get a new requirement to do something there. Okay, so what is the first step of partner determination procedure? That is this one. So this is the first step. Partner functions is the first step. Double click on this partner functions, and you can see SAP has provided lots of partner functions. Very, very important. One question at least you'll face in the interview. So in the interview, they may ask you, can you tell me some partner functions? So what all partner functions we know? Sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, and payer, right? Sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, and payer. This is for the customer. So when they ask a question in the interview, can you tell me some partner functions? They are not expecting you to tell these things. These are pretty basic, right? If they ask a question in the interviews, can you tell me some partner functions? Please don't tell customer partner functions. They are pretty much aware of this. So they are expecting something more. So what are the other partner functions we have? VN, vendor, SB, customer, consignments, special stock keeping partner. Okay, this we use for consignments as a special stock keeping partner. SC, sales employee. FA, forwarding agent. KB, credit representative. KM, credit manager. Right? So they are expecting something more like these kind of partner function. They want to test your knowledge. It's not about sold to party, ship to party, bill to party. For sure, they ask this question, can you tell me some partner functions? Then tell something out of this. If you tell SB, they know that, okay, you know consignment process. If you tell this, they can understand that you know credit management. If you tell FA, they know that you know shipment process, right? So that's how they assess you. But if you tell this, they think that you are just a fresher. Okay, so VN, it's vendor. SC, sales employee, your employees. SB, special stock keeping partner, consignments. KB, credit representative. KM, credit manager. FA, forwarding agent. Like this, we have different partner functions. But how system knows this? How system knows a PY is a payer, SB is special stock keeping partner? How the system knows? And as per best practices, it is always recommended that you copy, rename it. Let's say I copied payer PY and I call it as 18. I want 18 to be my payer. Then how system knows that 18 is a payer? So these fields, whatever you are seeing here, they are only namesake. System don't understand by seeing this. Okay, system how it's recognizing which kind of partner it is. That means whether it's a vendor, it's an employee, or it's a customer. How system is differentiating between the partner functions by seeing partner type. Very important. What is partner type? Partner type is the control which will tell system what kind of partner it is, whether it is a customer, whether it is a vendor. KU, customer. LI, vendor. PE, personal employee. That means your sales employee. SE, we use this. Vendor, LI. So this is how system identifies what kind of a partner it is, whether customer or a vendor or a employee, right? So system don't identify by seeing this. They are only namesake. So in the interviews, they ask you what is partner type. This is what partner type. And I just mentioned about sold to party is only one. How do system knows that? So if I go for payer, PY, right? So PY, this unique field is blank. If I go to ship to party, this unique ship to party, no, this is not unique. Ship to party is not unique. Bill to party, this is not unique. But if I go to sold to party, this is unique. You see, unique. How system knows there should be only one sold to party, and in the customer master, why system is grayed out this particular sold to party? You cannot edit it. It's grayed out. Why? It is unique. You cannot change it. You cannot add one more. But as I told you, one ship sold to party can have any number of bill to parties, payers, and ship to parties, right? But sold to party is unique. Where it is controlled, this is one question in the interview. Where system controls that sold to party should be only one with the unique field here. You see, unique field. So that's all in the first this particular step. That's the reason, as I told you, see, we don't get a new requirement to do this here because SAP has provided enough partner functions here, right? So we don't get any new requirement to do something in the partner first step. The next step, partner determination procedure. This is the second step. Double click this folder, first this one, right? So in a nutshell, let me tell you what is partner determination procedure. See, PDP is like a placeholder. It's a folder on your desktop. Okay, it's just like a folder on your desktop. Let's say you have some pictures in your mobile. You want to dump onto your laptop. What you do? You create a folder and give some name to your folder. Let's say your birthday, it's birthday pics, and you just dump all the images, photographs onto your folder on the desktop. That's the same thing you're doing here. What is PDP? It is a folder, and you are giving some meaningful name to identify it. What is the pictures? Partner function, sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, payer. These are like your pictures which you are putting into your folder called as partner determination procedure. So first what I need to do, I need to create a folder like this, right? That means I need to create a PDP. So how do I create a PDP? In this step, partner determination procedure. These all are folders. SAP has provided standard folders, like say, we don't call it as folders, but for our understanding, right? They are called as PDPs, partner determination procedures. You can see sold to party, AG, ship to party, it is RE or RG something. Yeah, bill payer, it is RG, bill to party RE, and for ship to party it should be WE. Ship to party, it's WE. Very important again for the interview. See, partner determination procedure is a very, very important topic for the interview. 1 or 2 questions you will face. So they may ask you, what is the PDP for ship to party? Standard, WE, right? And for other partner functions, if it is sold to party, it is AG, and for payer, it is RG, and bill to party, it is RE, right? So these are the folders. Let us create our own fund. You can copy it and create it. If you remember, I hope I told you already, partner determination procedure is a nightmare concept even for the real-time working consultants. It's very tedious to draw the logic to understand relation between step to step. So go either with the standard from scratch or use the standards, but don't mix both. If not, if let's say if you create your partner functions copied, then go with PDP also your own. Don't use the standard PDP. Okay. So once we have the partner functions in the first step, what we are trying to do, we are trying to put this one. For the next, we trying to create a PDP. Let me create a PDP here. I'll call it as ZAGS, and I'll call it as sold to party PDP. Right? I created this. Now, once I created as a folder, I need to put partner functions in it. How do I do that? For that, you need to select this and click on partner functions in procedure. What we are trying to do now, we are trying to put partner functions in the procedure. Double click, go to new entries. This is the folder PDP. Now put partner functions, sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, and payer. Sold to party, can I change this? You cannot. Not modifiable. A sold to party is a not modifiable, and a sold to party should be by default a ship to party, bill to party, payer. You see, system throws an error. Why system is throwing an error? Because a sold to party should by default have payer. You already have some payer here, but not, this is external payer. You see, all the payers, ship to party, bill to party should be the same number. I remove the payer. So where system is telling that for a sold to party, bill to party, ship to party, and payer is mandatory, this one mandatory. A sold to party can perform all these activities and they are mandatory. If I don't have a ship to party, system will throw an error. right? And save it. Okay, this is for sold to party. We have all the four partner functions mandatory. If it is bill to party, then what partner functions will be not modifiable and what partner functions will be mandatory? Anyone? Anyone? If this is sold to party, so sold to party is mandatory and other functions are not modifiable and mandatory. If it is for bill to party, then which is not modifiable and which is mandatory? Anyone?
Sold to party.
No. For a bill to party, which is mandatory and which is not modifiable? What functions?
Party not modifiable will be bill to party.
Sold to party.
A bill to party can never be a sold to party. Right?
Is it the payer?
For a bill to party, only a bill to party is mandatory and only a bill to party is not modifiable. Why? Because a bill to party cannot be a payer, a bill to party cannot be a ship to party, and it cannot be a sold to party. Right? Only for sold to party, you will have all the four functions mandatory and it is not modifiable. If it is bill to party, only these two. If I go for payer, RG, if I go for payer, then only payer is not modifiable and only payer is not mandatory. Got the point? But
Hello, Praveen, I have a question.
go ahead.
Like this is bill to payer, PDP for payer, na? Then why do we need to have these contact persons and bill to party here?
That's what I'm coming there. That's what I'm supposed to tell you now. Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, this concept you understood, right, everyone? But your customer is saying that if my ship to party is Bangalore, my payer should be always Hyderabad. How you tell the system? If my ship to party is Bangalore, always mandatorily the payer should be Hyderabad. How do we give that? This is where we mention it. That means for a ship to party function, there should be one another partner function called as payer, which is mandatory. So how do we do that? By going to your ship to party, partner function, you need to add one more called as payer. Okay. You need to add partner function py and made it as mandatory. It is already existed. Okay. Payer. So what we're telling system, if my ship to party is Bangalore, I want Hyderabad to be mandatory function for this. So you need to activate it. So when you create a Bangalore partner function as a ship to party, customer as a ship to party, you should also enter payer. If not, system will not allow you to create a Bangalore ship to party customer. It will not allow you to create a ship to party Bangalore if you don't enter a mandatory payer Hyderabad. Right? This is a scenario very frequently they ask in the interviews. This is the same scenario. If this is the partner function, then I want another partner function to be mandatory. So what you do, you just insert that and make it as mandatory. That's it. Right? So what we have done, we have first have the partner functions. We have created PDP. Then after we placed the partner functions into the PDP, right? So what is our PDP? That is what is the PDP we created? ZAGS. ZAGS is our PDP, sold to party PDP. In that, we placed partner functions and made it as not modifiable and mandatory. The fourth step is partner determination procedure assignment. Partner determination procedure assignment. So I already mentioned, if I want to create a customer master, I need account groups and PDP, right? So what first we have done, we have already partner functions. In the second step, what we have created, we created a PDP. Third step, what we have done, we have placed all the partner functions into procedure, right? Partner functions in procedure we have done. What is the fourth step? We need to assign PDP to account groups. So what's happening here, whatever the PDP configuration you have done, with this assignment of fourth step, this all functionality is flowing to account groups. And whenever you are creating customer master, you are referring to account group, let's say sold to party. This sold to party already have a assignment of PDP here. So these all partner functions are by default coming to customer master. So I'll show you. So if I go to this fourth step partner determination procedure assignment, what we are trying to do is we are selecting our account group, let's say 0001 sold to party, and we are assigning here partner determination procedure. So how it is reflecting? If I go for OVT0 account groups 0001, you see here partner determination procedure AG has come to sold to party 001. I'll do one thing. I'll change it as ZAGS, which we created now. Save it. And now if I go to account groups, it is still showing AG, right? But if I again go here, OVT0, you see, AG has been replaced with ZAGS. So how this is, where is the link between the partner determination procedure and account group? That's there in the fourth step. In the fourth step of partner determination procedure, this is where we assign the partner determination procedure to account group. This is where the link. That means how system knows which customer you are creating, whether sold to party, bill to party, this thing. So whenever you are creating customer master, first you are referring to account groups. This account group configuration has already PDP integration here, right? So it knows what is the partner functions, what should be everything. So the same thing is getting into customer master. Is this clear, everyone? Any question on this? Is this clear? Okay, so let me proceed. So once the fifth step is done, sorry, fourth step is done, the fifth step is account group function assignments. Account group function assignment. So here what we are trying to do is we are trying to assign partner functions to account group. Partner functions to account group. So sold to party, account group is 0001. You see, sold to party 001, ship to party 001. You can see here 001. Bill to party 001. Right? So in the fifth step, what we are trying to do, we are trying to assign partner functions to account group. Right? So this is what the 5 steps of partner determination procedure. First step, we have partner functions. Second step, we create a PDP. Third step, we place partner functions into PDP. Then we assign PDP to account group. Then we assign partner functions to account group. These are the 5 steps of partner determination procedure.
Right.
So, yeah.
We already assigned account group to PDP, right? And the PDP consists of partner function.
Yes.
Again, we need to assign account group to
yes.
partner
I'll
function.
come there. I'll come there. Those are the important interview questions. So 2 questions for you, everyone. How many account groups I can assign to PDP? Anyone from previous batch? Don't answer. How many account groups we can assign to the PDP? This was a question in Wipro. If you want, I can show the question. How many account groups we can assign to PDP? I want answer from everyone. How many account groups we can assign to PDP?
Is one?
1. Okay. Others?
Multiple.
So okay, at least can someone repeat my question?
How many account group you can assign to PDP?
Right. So it's not all the time important to answer, right? Because you need to understand the question. This is a very tricky question. So are we assigning account group to partner determination procedure or PDP to account group? What we are trying to do,
Assigning PDP to account group.
right?
PDP to
So
account group.
my question itself is wrong. Okay, my question itself is wrong. We are assigning PDP to account group. We are not assigning account group to PDP. So my question was, how many account groups you can assign to PDP, right? So in the interviews, it's very important you should understand the question first. Don't jump into the answer immediately. Okay, this is one question. The next question, yeah, Jason was asking, right? Why we are assigning partner functions to PDP? You see, here we are assigning partner functions to PDP. And here in the fifth step, we are assigning partner functions to account group. Why we are doing that? So the interview question is, why we are assigning partner functions to both PDP and account group? Why we are assigning both? Because when you assign partner functions to PDP, this field is getting filled. See, when you create a customer, you don't enter this data. You don't enter sold to party, ship to party, payer. You don't enter customer number. System will automatically take it. Let me show you. /n XD01. If I create a customer, customer search engine, I don't want to search. So I'll just fill only the mandatory fields. And this still says internal, right? You know what is internal and from where it's coming. This is 1,40,000. Sales area data, some important fields. This is 01 and billing. Right? And if I go to partners, you see I did not fill this. And the number. So if I save it, system will generate the number and I haven't filled it, right? So how these are coming here? By default, how this partner functions and customer number is coming. By default, how this is coming? That is through that assignment. When you assign your partner functions to PDP, system is pulling this value: sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, payer. How they are coming? With the third step of partner determination procedure. And how these numbers are coming? With the fifth step of partner determination procedure. When you assign your partner function to account group, system is bringing the numbers here. This is the third step and this is the fifth step. Is it clear, Jason and everyone? Why we are assigning partner functions to both account group and PDP? Okay. So that's what all about the partner functions and PDP, and we finished discussing about customer master as well. Last field is default here. This is also very important interview question as well. That means, see, as I told you, you can have any number of payers, you can have any number of shift to parties, right? So in the interview, they may ask a question. I have 100 shift to parties in my business. For a customer, we have 100 shift to parties. But if I create an order, system should take 80 number shift to party by default. By default, system should take 80. If I want, I can change it later. How system could propose that 80 number as by default? By this particular field, default. That means you'll have all that 100 shift to parties, right? For 80 number shift to party, you need to mark it as mandatory. That is, sorry, default. So, but whenever you create an order, this will take as default. All right. So that's it. Coming to the account groups, PDP, and customer master. So we have finished discussing about complete customer master concept. Any questions?
Sir, I have no doubt actually.
Go ahead.
So we are creating a customer master now, sir. So from account group, we are getting that internal number for us. So if we give
Yes.
the extra information, we will get the internal number. So the number ranges will be there. So if we are continuously creating the customer master, at the one time of it will get over, no? The customer master range in the number range will be get over, right? Sir?
Okay.
So if we by chance it's got over means what we will do actually?
You can switch to next series.
So is it automatically it will switch or else?
No, you need to do it manually.
Because this is the question they asked, sir, in the interview. That's why.
Okay. No, manually you have to switch.
Again we have to after so we don't know that one actually. So we started creating the customer master. So what will happen also he's asking actually. That time it will show internal or it will show external.
The system will not allow you to first create. Then once you need to change the number ranges, then system will allow you to proceed.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, any other questions? Okay, hope so. No questions. We'll call it a day today and catch up tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll continue with the material master. So with one day we can finish that particular, or 2 days, 2 sessions, we can finish material master and finish master data, right? So see you all everyone and catch up tomorrow.
Can
Good
we,
night.
Ravi,
Bye.
can you upload this video today? If possible,
Can
it
you
will
please
be.
upload?
I'll try. I'll try to do it.
This?
Okay, maybe
I
another
didn't
1
get
or
it.
2 hours. Okay,
Please, yeah, that will help us. We'll go to do it. If
sure,
you have any questions, we'll ask tomorrow. Thank you.
definitely.